In this video, we're going to be talking about Ffraegar, and I'm just going to kind of do a overview of her and simply talk about her skills and give you what I think the best pairing for her is, and also what artifact you should be using. So stick around, let's get it. Welcome back to CO Gaming, and today we are talking about Ffraegar, and we are going to be talking about just everything revolving her and a general overview. We're not really doing a guide, but I am going to give you some tips on what you should be using for as far as artifact goes and who you should be pairing her up with, and just a couple options of things you can be pairing her up with or other heroes to pair her with. So we're just going to jump right into this. We're going to start this video off and we're just going to kind of read through her skills and get a general understanding of what she is and just how good she can be. So to start things off, she is a flying ranged marksman. That is particularly interesting, having a flying marksman, but it's pretty crazy. But we're just gonna jump right in this. Let's do it. So her first skill is going to be Squall Shot. It has a rage cost of 1,000, attack range medium. Is going to deal hero skill damage to the target legion, physical damage factor 600, while granting Ffraegar's legion normal attack bonus, increasing their normal attack crit rate by 60% for 7 seconds. That goes up to 607 seconds worth of duration. Her second talent is going to be Knocked and Loaded, which is a passive skill. While in the field, Ffraegar's Legion deals 7% more normal attack damage and gains 7% defense. Both of those skills actually go up to 15% and 15% defense once you have that skill maxed out. It's a pretty good skill overall, in my opinion. It's a lot of defense for a range, which, of course, anybody that tries to play range generally knows that if you're not careful, you can get beat down pretty quick. So that's a good one to have. And we're going to go into the third talent, which is going to be Storm Barrage. All marksman units in Ffraegar's Legion gain 14% physical attack and 20% normal attack crit damage. Those go up to 20% and 30% normal attack crit damage once you got that maxed out. That crit damage is nuts. And of course, marksman unit physical attack damage is crazy anyway. This is Ffraegar is absolutely a monster when it comes to damage, and she only gets better with the artifact that you use with her. So the fourth talent and the final talent is going to be Falconeer Charge. Is another passive skill. When Ffraegar's Legion launches a normal attack, they have a 20% chance to gain haste, increasing their march speed by 15% and reducing the target Legion's rage accumulation speed by 10% for 5 seconds. That goes up to 30% haste, and rage accumulation speed reduction goes up to 20%. So you're not only, basically debuffing your opposing enemy legion, but you're giving yourself a way to kind of escape once you get that one up. And then, of course, once you have all of our talents maxed out and you get her awakened, before the awakening, it looks like this affects her first skill, which is 600 damage factor, and grants Ffraegar's Legion normal attack focus, increasing their normal attack crit rate by 60% for 7 seconds. After you have an awakening, the damage factor goes up to 800 base, and then while granting Ffraegar's Legion normal attack, increasing their normal attack crit rate by 60%. So, man, pretty intense change. You really just get the physical damage factor goes up a little bit. The increasing their normal attack crit rate stays at 60%. It's, nothing really changes there. So not the greatest awakening, but of course, your damage factor is huge anyway, so 200 extra points is going to allow more damage to be output. That is the general talents of what Ffraegar is. She's extremely good. As you can tell, everything has a purpose, and they all kind of mesh well together, so her kit was put together very well, especially for a flying commander. I think that's an important thing to notice, depending on who you're going to pair her with. But we're going to talk about what artifact you should be running on her. If you are one of those people that have invested in the Forge of Light event, then Goldcrest is the item you're going to want to run on her, or at least make sure she's in the Legion that you're going to run this with, because this thing is absolutely insane. With Shadow Flight, it deals damage to selected Legion and grants your Legion haste, which is going to kind of stack with that other one, and you're going to be moving once you use this thing to kind of escape. And of course, the damage factor at 3, which is where I have it at, is 4,100. And then, of course, it has a passive that when Ffraegar is in your Legion, Shadowflight deals additional damage and immobilizes the target, cannot move for 4 seconds. Then you get another damage factor of 1,300. This thing is nuts, and you should definitely be running it on Ffraegar, or at least if she's in that march, that's who it needs to be on, because this thing is a beast. So definitely pair Goldcrest with her. And so we're going to kind of talk about some pairings that you can do. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. She only technically has one thing in her kit that gives you marksman anything, which is her 3rd talent, Storm Barrage, which does the physical damage. So you can run this generally with pretty much really any way you kind of want to do it. But in my opinion, the overall best pairing is going to be with her and Syndrian. I think that is an extremely beefy pairing overall. I personally haven't got to use it very much. I've been saving to make a mess of troops because I've just wanted to do it all at one time. So I haven't really hit on Strongest Lords. Plus, I wasn't really too focused on getting these 2 commanders just high level right off the rip. I've still been just focusing on some other stuff, but that, in my opinion, that's the best pairing, is going to be Ffraegar and Syndrian together. Syndrian's another one. We'll be dropping a video on at a later date. But he's extremely good as well, and they pair well. If you don't want to pair her with another marksman and you want to keep her as more of a flyer, then Thea's not a bad option. Her and Ffraegar and Thea rolling around with if you're spring wardings with the flying cav or whatever. Like, if you just want to not use marksman and you want to move in a different direction, I've seen people do it. It's great for farming if you're resource hitting. So that's always an option too. But overall, Ffraegar and Syndrian, in my opinion, is the best build. Some alternate builds that you could do as far as pairings go is you could also put her with, say, Kanara if you wanted to. If you do this, I would probably run Ffraegar as the main and then do Kanara as the second, the deputy. But either way, I think will be fine. Either way, that's just kind of what that is. There's definitely options when it comes to that, and I'm sure we'll get some future heroes as well that you're going to be able to pair her with, but I do know what the next 2 is going to be, of course, our flying cav. So, but that's going to wrap this video up. Please consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. That helps me out greatly, but we're wrapping this up. So until next time, see you out.